Let me ask you this question, because I know as a kid growing up, I had certain friends that would be like, "Oh man, you can't do that. Oh man, you can't jump higher than that person and that person." And it was almost like one of those things where I embedded in myself, like, "Oh, you think Michael Jordan can jump? Oh, you think Dr. J can jump? Watch, I'm gonna show you. One day, I'll be jumping higher than both of them."
Mm.
Did you ever had that encounter?
Well, yeah, there are people who, I mean, just sorry, this, I'll just put it out there because I think maybe people can benefit from this. There's a conditioning um, in black communities that's a traditional conditioning. Very much like there's conditionings with a lot of different ethnicities. There's a conditioning with Jewish people, that, sometimes it's a thing of guilt or whatever, that you learn from the elders and you behave that way. Well, we have a history of sabotaging and kind of like what you want to call black on black or hate or whatever you want to call it, that's gotten real twisted up. And as far as this whole thing of keeping each other down. Now, I think this is a very important thing to talk about because people talk about it like it's detrimental, like it's such a negative, and not understand that came completely out of love. And let me explain that. Just a few generations ago, the youngsters who says, I'm gonna get educated. I'm gonna look at this white man in the eye. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna learn how to read. No, you don't. Because those kids wound up hanging from a tree. So the older people would say, because where they came from, their generation, everybody who tried that back from the early days, you wanted to learn to read, you got strung up. I want to be being a good father? Where? How could you be a good father on a plantation? You could not possibly have a strong father in the family because the children and everybody else would listen to that father and not the overseer. You had to take the black man out of the family. That was historical for a long time. So we had to keep each other down. The older folks kept the younger folks down. You ain't nothing but a nigga. Don't think you better than us. And we pulled them back down to keep them alive. Look at Emmett Till and anything else like that. Kid from Chicago, come to the South, gave a white woman a compliment and got killed. Right? Yes. So that's not that long ago. So we do what we've seen. So the second somebody strives, we are conditioned to pull them back down. You ain't no better than nobody, And that was our conditioning. Look at our comedy. What was our early comedy? You so black, you tearing each other down. What was our music? What a rap turned into? First, it started out positive. It was political. Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Grandmaster Flash. The Message, all that kind of stuff. But then it started to permeate, and it became the message that was underneath, tearing each other down. You ain't this. You ain't nothing but this. I'll kill you. This thing of hatred that was festering, that was in our communities. But it all came of keeping each other down, meant keeping each other alive. Then now the memo didn't go out that, guess what? No, you can get educated, you can strive. And these people can't keep you down like they could the way they could before. But we do what we've seen, right? And so when somebody rises, we tear them down. And we've been doing that for a very long time.
Right.
Because we grew up with it, So, yeah, yeah, of course, people are going to tell me, you can't do this, you can't do that. They're conditioned to do that. I can't even hold it against them. That's years.
Right.
That's decades. That's generations of conditioning. Even as advanced as I thought I was, when somebody asked me where my people were from, I say South Carolina and Louisiana. And you know how a trip that is? South Carolina and Louisiana. Now you ask an Asian guy, hey, where are you from? You run into an Asian dude and he says, oh, my people are from Ohio. You'd be like, what? No, my people are from Ohio. And my, my father's from Ohio, my mom is from Cincinnati, from like Michigan or whatever.
Right.
And you'd be like, that don't make sense. It's the same thing with us.